Hello, welcome to my video on loss of biodiversity. This is the joke one, but also the one that actually kind of matters. It's going to be one of those videos where I play a game in the background. This is just a joke, by the way. You don't have to watch this. But okay, so loss of biodiversity is a really big problem that's affecting almost all ecosystems around the world. Loss of biodiversity, well, let's just say, biodiversity is the, different organisms or different beings in an ecosystem, different types of organisms and stuff like that. And then, so when you lose biodiversity, it affects literally everything in the ecosystem. So it won't matter if you're even if you're not the animal that gets affected first, eventually the chain will go around and affect you in some way. Whether it be a species of decomposers dies out, and it makes it so that plants can't grow as much because there's not as much carcasses on the ground, or it be, let's just say, a first-tier animal dies out, or a primary animal dies out, and you have to pretty much if the primary feeders die out, then the secondary feeders die out, then the decomposers die out, if any primary or second. And if primary and secondaries die out and decomposers die out, then plants die out, the more primaries die out, the more secondaries die out, the more decomposers die out. And it's just an endless process. If one thing goes away, a bunch of things will constantly be going away, and it won't matter what happens. This is why loss of biodiversity is possibly the biggest problem that one of the bigger problems. Urbanization, global warming, those are all big major effects that are happening. So, ways we can fix loss of biodiversity. There's not too many ways, honestly, but one main way is stop cutting down trees as much. We don't need as much wood anymore because we already got all these buildings. So why keep cutting down trees? I honestly don't know. But we still do it. So we gotta fix that. Okay, and then another big problem with this is the fact that, well, let's just say, let me think. Okay, this doesn't just affect, it doesn't just affect animals, it can also affect us. It can affect us by when it gets to us. It pretty much, because all animals will eventually die out from this. I mean, sometimes it might stop, but if a single species dies out, then a bunch of species dies out. And either way, the world will end eventually because of obvious reasons, but ways we can prevent it, there's plenty of ways, most of them including us not doing stuff we're doing. Other ways include planting more trees, making more environment systems so that we can help protect the animals